Right off the bat, we need to talk about Phillip Schofield again. We probably wouldn't have done much today, but he has given two bombshell interviews, one to The Sun and one to the BBC. Clemmy Moody at The Sun sat down with him, and Amal Rajan at the state broadcaster sat down with him. Let's have a look at a little section of some of the things he said in these two incredible interviews.
We became mates. And then one day, something happened that just changed it.
There were accusations that you groomed him. I'm just going to let you answer the question.
I did not. I did not.
Yeah.
There is no question I did a bad thing. Unprofessional. First time. I know I did that.
Yeah.
The last time we had a conversation was when I texted Holly and said, don't reply. This is after the statement last week. Don't reply. You're probably not allowed to. But I am deeply, deeply sorry that I lied to you. I have brought myself down. I am done. I have to talk about television in the past tense, which breaks my heart. But it continues, and it is relentless, and it is day after day after day after day. And if you do that, if you don't think that that is going to have the most catastrophic effect on someone's mind, what do you want me to die? Because that's where I am. I have lost everything.
You know, you have to feel sorry for the guy. He's behaved in an appalling manner, and colleagues of his over many years say he is responsible for a terrible toxic atmosphere at This Morning. He denies that, but, you know, on a general basis, I wouldn't sympathise with him, but you can't listen to a man talking in that way without feeling sorry for him. And of course I do, but you reap what you sow. Let's talk to media commentator Nigel Pauley. Hi, Nigel.
Hiya, Kevin. Difficult viewing that, wasn't it?
It is difficult. It is difficult. But I want to direct you to a specific moment in his interview with Amal Rajan at the BBC. We'll come back to the other stuff in a little while, the fact that he nearly committed suicide. Again, you can't help feeling sorry for him in that respect. He has lost everything. But towards the end of his 12 or 13-minute interview with Amal Rajan said, tell us about the BBC, the ITV investigation that they keep talking about. We investigated this relationship. He said, well, I was asked quite a bit, and he was asked twice. There was nothing formal. Listen to that. There was nothing formal. So there wasn't a proper ITV investigation.
I mean, I can see why Phillip Schofield came out and spoke last night. I think it was misguided. I think what he was speaking, I thought the tone of it was wrong. The vaping, it may have been to effect to say how bad he was, but I just thought that was a bit weird. And it didn't seem to me to be about apologising to his wife or to other people or the people he'd lied to. I mean, bear in mind, up until only a few days ago, he was willing to sue the Daily Mail for printing the truth. So we have to put that in context. I think I'd have felt more sorry for him, and it was clear he's broken, and he hasn't broken any laws as far as we know. But I just thought it was all about me, and playing the victim rather than actually coming out and saying, look, I made mistakes. Who hasn't made a mistake? I fell in love with the wrong person. I'm really sorry. I'm the one suffering here, but obviously I've hurt people along the way. Now, as for the investigation, the ITV have now started the investigation, or they've brought an outside...
Having claimed that they've already carried out. I think it was about 4 investigations, but let's just leave it at 1. Schofield is now saying it wasn't an investigation. He just said he was asked a bit and the other guy, the young man, was asked a couple of times. That's not an investigation. So ITV, by maintaining there's an investigation, have been, shall we say, economical with the truth.
I think a lot of people have been economical with the truth. And Schofield has admitted he was, but I think ITV aren't telling the whole actuality either, because if you're having an affair with someone at work and you are asked, not formally but informally by someone, are you having an affair? You might well say no for various reasons. If you're under oath or under investigation, you might have to tell the truth. Now, I think Schofield, misguidedly, or whoever was doing his PR, decided to speak. He obviously is mentally not strong enough to speak, but felt he had to speak because he knows that ITV, by launching this outside investigation, this KC, that he's been thrown under the bus, and it's all framed around him. It's all framed about his resignation or his departure and what he said. ITV are covering their tracks, the executives, before they face MPs on Tuesday, where they would have got a big kicking, but now they can say, well, we've launched an external investigation. We've got a KC on the case.
Yeah, but that's only next Tuesday, mate. They've also called a new parliamentary session for the following Wednesday, because next Tuesday is all about the Culture and Media Bill. So that's fair enough. A number of television executives, including probably Dame Caroline McCall, the chief executive of ITV, will be called to that. That's fair enough. What they've subsequently announced, in the light of This Morning psychodrama, is the following Wednesday they're going to call a load of people from ITV specifically to investigate what the hell was going on with Schofield and This Morning. So it's going to be quite a saga of despair for ITV. I mean, quite what Parliament is doing, wasting taxpayers' money, asking, I don't know, Holly Willoughby, what did Phillip Schofield get up to? I don't know, but it's getting worse and worse for ITV.
It's not helping. I mean, it's true that Phillip Schofield has done his bit and he should be left alone to, rebuild what's left of his life. In 16 days, his career went from glittering to finished. But ITV, it's a bizarre. They're losing. There'll be more MPs there than viewers at this rate because their viewing figures are dropping. Share prices is dropping. I mean, there was this unedifying scene today where Alison Hammond clutched an onion as she cried for her friend Phil.
Yeah, we're going to look at that. And as I said this morning, if I hear one more person, including Alison Hammond, from that damn programme calling it a family, I'm going to shoot someone. I mean, it's ridiculous. Oh, this is such a happy family. It clearly was not. They're still living in cloud cuckoo land. They're deluding themselves.
If there's a family there, Kevin, it's the Addams family, and they make the Addams family look functional.
Yeah.
So, it's ridiculous that they're still living. And we've said this, we speak quite often, as you know, we've spoken about this. This is all made up. There was a husband and wife, Richard and Judy, sat on that settee, and ever since they've tried to create television husband and wives. It's total spin, total fabrication. The fact is they did get on, but they don't get on now.
But then they didn't. Then they didn't. And this is what this drama is all about.
But it's not
about lies, isn't it? It's about lies.
It's about lies, and it's not about, and I can see people saying, why are you still talking about two presenters falling out? It's beyond that, because this is about the core values of ITV, which sells itself as a family thing. It relies on advertising into its family values. And it's clear, as you said earlier, there's a nest of vipers that they have told untruths to try and protect a big star, and now they're telling untruths to try and protect themselves. Yeah. And hopefully they will be exposed, if not by the MPs, but by journalists, because there is so much more to come out about this. It is not all about Phillip Schofield's behaviour. It's about the behaviour of people behind the scenes who are protecting people and are now, playing victims and trying to make out. The guy who was not groomed but had an unfortunate relationship, I don't know. I just don't believe
let's talk about that for a second. We're going to go in just a minute, Nigel. But on the front page of The Sun today, he said, I'm broken, I'm ashamed, but I am not a groomer. Well, I think he needs to get a dictionary and look up what grooming is. You're talking about a kid from Norfolk who he met when he was 15. He gets him a job in glamorous TV land. He takes him to flash restaurants and clubs in the West End. He has him ferried around in chauffeur-driven limousines. Phil doesn't quite realise it. That is grooming someone. That kid is going to be widely impressed by that. So I think, you know, I think that Phil, again, is deluding himself.
He clearly didn't have his PRs. I think, as I said, he locked his PRs in a cupboard before he did that interview because
Well, Gordon the Gopher, no doubt, yeah.
I can't.
He loves cupboards.
He does. I can't believe that any PR would have allowed him to go out there, with the vape. I mean, okay, he talked about drinking and, you know, it was hard stuff, but the vape.
Well, I suppose he's in a very nervous state. So I suppose
I can see that. But
I mean, you know, oh dear, he vaped. That's done really bad damage to his image. His image is in the toilet. So whether or not he vaped, I don't think is the biggest issue.
Well,